Hello everyone and welcome to the EzyInsights, my first filter webinar for new users or beginners to EzyInsights. Anyone who has not made their own filter, you could even be a user who has been using default filters within EzyInsights in your subscription, but you're interested in making your own. If so, this webinar is for you. Right, let us jump into the tool. When I can find my screen, fantastic. So, first thing we'll look at is the fundamental question of what is a filter. So, as we know, or we may know, EzyInsights is a tool that looks at content, discovers content and news articles from around the world on websites, on social platforms, and then we poll those social platforms to determine how interested people are in those particular pieces of content, those articles, those news stories, those videos, photos, and live streaming videos and so on. And we do that by looking at the engagement that they receive. Now, if we didn't have any filters, you would just be seeing what is the most popular of every single thing in the world that we're following. Now, as interesting as that sounds, it's usually not very interesting because that kind of view tends to be dominated by viral videos and all sorts of strange things and things from countries with huge populations. So a filter as a concept is a way of going down, drilling down and seeing less of that content, but content that is more relevant to you. Now, every filter that you are looking at it will have a title. So in this case, this one is called UK General News, so it's fairly self-explanatory. But in case you've named it something, or you're looking at a filter that's been named something that isn't self-explanatory, you'll always have this summary at the top of the screen. So let's go through this. We are looking at the fastest stories. What does that mean? That means we are ordering by speed. So we are ordering based on our metric, which determines which stories people are most interested in right now. Call that engagement per minute. We won't go deeply into that, but that's our speed metric. So what people are interested in right now. So we know that we're ordering by the fastest stories. We are looking within all stories published in the last day, so the last 24 hours. We are also looking across all platforms. So instead of looking specifically only on Facebook, or only on Twitter, or excluding one of those platforms, saying, okay, I want to look at things that haven't been posted on Facebook. We are looking across everything, so websites, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And we can see that we have one country selected here. So a single country, the United Kingdom, which is actually contains several countries, but enough of that. In one category, so in general news, which is a typical news category, there are three main news categories that would contribute to a fairly typical view looking at news: general news, tabloids, business news. In this case, we're just looking at general news. And we also have a language specified. Now, you don't need to have a language specified at all. You don't need to have any of these things specified, but this at the top is a summary of what we are looking at right now. So every story card, every story, every article, all the content you see on the screen is determined by the filter settings that are summarized here at the top. Okay, now let's make a new one. Create new filter is at the top here. So if you click on the drop down at the top, you'll see a list of all of your own filters, if you've made any. Presumably you haven't, but you might have tried. You'll also see group filters. So these are filters that are available to every single person in your subscription. You will also see trending filters. Now, trending filters just tend to be something that we control here in the office. Right now it's a bit of a manual thing, but if there's a big event that we know is happening and we know is trending, we might put a temporary filter there for you to explore. from the personal view, you can see that I have plenty of personal filters that I've previously made. And any that I save, I can access from this menu. However, this time we're going to create a new filter. So I'm going to click on this, the screen is going to go blank, and we're going to default to the least amount of filtering possible, which is that we're looking at the fastest moving stories. However, it's limited to the last hour in this case, because this is looking across everything in the world. And like I said, generally, it doesn't tend to be very interesting. So we have Fox News and some viral page, another viral page, a football page, and so on. You can imagine, right? Now, on the left-hand side, this is the filter creation options menu. Call it the left-hand menu, being that it's on the left of the screen. Here you can mess around and you can change and you can explore all the different options that can be used to make a filter. Now, there are many, and I will not go into them all now, but do feel free to play around with them, and I would really recommend doing so. And if you're not sure what something means, either you can join us on our next webinar or watch a recording, which is where we'll go a little bit deeper into filter creation, or just ask us. We have the help available here via the chat, or send us an email, or any way you like. Now, the main options that we're going to look at changing here are the primary options. And the primary options you can actually change outside of the left-hand menu. So the primary options here, we see fastest moving and time range. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you what else you can order by here. So the main ordering options: fastest engaging, so what's the most popular thing right now, or what people are engaging with right now, and most popular. Now, this is based on total engagement. So the story that has generated the most amount of engagement in that time. Rather than what people are interested in this minute, it's what people have been most interested in within the time range you're looking at. We also have newest. Newest first is just going to list all the articles in a chronological order based on when they've been discovered. And we have overperforming. And overperforming is looking at how well each post is performing based on the average of the page that it's posted on. So these are the main ones here. These are the options that you can choose how to order the content that you're seeing. The most used, of course, are fastest engaging, because people generally want to know what's happening right now in a real-time tool, but also most popular. Most popular is very common, especially if you're looking at, for example, if you're European-based and you're looking at US news, you won't be interested in what's popular right now, but you'll be interested in what has been popular in the last, say, 12 hours. And over here, again, you see the time frame, and you can choose your time frame here from the last hour, which is a very quick turnaround. If you want to see that news and that content change quickly, have a quick turnover, 2, 4, 8, 12 hours, 24 hours, and all the way up to a week. So you can look backwards a week if you want. Now, of course, probably the strength is looking, probably the most used time periods are in between 4 hours and a day. I'd say probably 12 hours is a very typical time range to use. So these two options are actually in the top menu. You don't even need to open them. Open the left-hand panel. Now, when we move into the left-hand panel, we can see we have a couple of options at the top. I can give this filter a name. Let's name it at the end. We can choose. You can see that I can choose to save as a personal, group, or a trending filter. Now, if you are not an admin, then you will just see personal. Now, that's fine. You can always share your filters with other people in the future, but when you save something as a personal filter, only you will see it. Now, let's say we're happy with this 12 hours. We're happy with the way things are sorted. But actually what we want to do is we just want to look in our own country. Now, I'm actually based here in Helsinki, so let's put in Finland. Okay. And what this will do now, it'll be looking at the fastest stories from the last 12 hours, posted on all platforms, but only from Finland. And they'll all come up with in Finnish, which is more challenging to understand, but possible. Now, this is great. This is giving me a good view of what people are interested in right now. And if you would look here, we can see, I can tell you that this is mostly news, but there's a little bit of viral stuff in there. Now, if we imagine that actually I am interested only in news, or I'm not interested in news, then I can choose to drill down even further and choose a media category. So if we imagine that I am interested in viral news, I could choose just to look at viral news. And then we're going to get rid of all of the serious news, and we're only going to see these viral pages. However, if it's the other way around, then I might wish to choose just the news categories. And you can see there's a whole bunch of different categories here. You can have a look through all sorts in there. So from technology to entertainment to news and so on. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to choose viral news, and then we're going to save this. So I'm looking at Finland, I'm looking at viral news, I'm looking at the last 12 hours, and I'm looking at what people are interested in right now, so the fastest engaging. And I'm going to call this viral news Finland. And then I'm going to save it. And it's as easy as that. So saving your first filter is that easy. You can come to your personal filter list here. Now I'm going to have to scroll down all the way to V and try and find that. Okay, here you go, viral news Finland. Let's say I go to another one that I've made. Okay, fine. I've gone to this one. Now I want to come back to my viral filter. So I'm going to come back to it now. I'm going to select it again. Now let's say I want to make a change to it. So I'm going to make a change, and I'm going to decide, right, actually, I'm not interested in viral news anymore on this filter, or I am interested in viral news, but I also want to see something else. So I want to add another media category. So I'm going to also add celebrities. That's fine. And let's say I also want to add, as well as viral news, I want to see entertainment news. Right, fine. Now remember, some publishers will actually be in two categories. So you might see one publisher who's in entertainment. You might actually already see them in viral news. But generally this will give you a different set of publishers under each media category. So let's say now I've altered this. I'm going to come up to the top, and you see it's got a little star here because this has been altered now. So you get this little asterisk if you've adjusted a filter that you are using. And that means I need to save it if I want the view to remain like this. So I'm going to save that. Great, it's edited. I've edited my filter. I can go away from it anytime. Austria, I can go to Austrian news, and I can come back anytime to my viral news Finland, which I may want to rename viral and entertainment, viral and celebrities, etc. I'm not sure why it's Martha Stewart in here. Maybe she's been posted by a Finnish page, but I'll check that out. Yes. So yeah, you can see. So we have some celebrities here, some entertainment pages here. So that is your quick, easy introduction to making your own filters and what they are within EzyInsights. And I really, really strongly advise you to experiment and try and save something, try and find something that's relevant to you, because the tool will work as well as the filters are set up. And if you ever want any help, do get in contact. We have help section, help.ezyinsights.com, and we are also always available and happy to help you via the chat button down here in the bottom right. Of course, one of us, you see I'm active right now, so there I am, Steve. But one of us in the office will answer you as soon as we can. We have a pretty good response time. All right, thanks very much. If you are interested in going further with filters, then you can join our next webinar or ask us for a recording of it, which is taking a more in-depth look into the different ways you can create filters. Thanks very much.